Hey, good evening everyone. I am here in Florence, Italy, with this beautiful background behind me. It may be a little bit hard for you to see, but there's some pretty gorgeous mountains and homes behind me, so I figured I'd be out here just shooting a quick video for all of you. As you all may know, a recent documentary was made about the cartoon character Apu from The Simpsons. I know it's been a little while now. I think the documentary came out in 2017. However, it really gained a lot of steam in early 2018. And ever since then, I've really been, I wouldn't say obsessed, but really wanting to disprove the theories that the comedian who made the documentary had in his work. By the way, I'm outside, so you're going to be hearing a lot of noises from the elements, cars and dogs barking and all that, so sorry about that, but it's just a beautiful day outside here in Florence, so I figured I would make this video. I'm on vacation with my wife. We're doing this whole European tour, having a great time, so I'm doing as many videos as I can while I'm out. Anyways, getting back to the documentary, the comedian who made the documentary, Hari Kondabolu, makes the claim that the stereotype of Apu is racist, it's outdated, it's not necessary, it's offensive, so on and so forth. You can watch the documentary yourself. It will give you all the great details and his particular mindset about the whole situation. The documentary is called The Problem with Apu, and it was created by Hari Kondabolu, who's a Indian American comedian. I don't know how well known he is. The first time I heard about him was when he made this documentary, but I wouldn't say I follow comedy that closely, so maybe some of you have heard about him. Anyways, I had reached out to Hari in order to have a discussion with him, fellow Indian American, discussing the whole situation and discussing why we might disagree with it. The result was that Hari blocked me on Twitter after I sent him a message, or I'm assuming that's what happened. I had sent him a message, a private message on Twitter, and he, basically asking him, hey, let's have a dialogue, come on my show, or I'll come on your show, or we can find a mutually exclusive forum to discuss our thoughts and ideas regarding Apu. The result is that he blocked me on Twitter. So, which kind of irritated me because I really wanted to have a nice, friendly discussion about the whole situation and why we might disagree on it. A couple days after I sent him the message, I received a message from Twitter saying that I'm no longer allowed to send this person any messages. So, yeah, it's kind of disappointing that he did not want to speak to me about it. However, that whole situation brought me another idea, and that was the idea of doing a book, basically as a rebuttal to the documentary that he made. And the book is actually at the publisher. It should hopefully be out within a couple weeks. It's just going through its final processing phase, however long that will take. Hopefully not too much longer, but the book's name is I Love You, Apu. That's I Love You, Apu. I basically go through the documentary, discuss what Hari talks about, and then give my own 2 cents about why I may or may not disagree with him. There's some stuff some small things I do agree with Hari on, and I thought it was a well done documentary, and I really enjoyed watching it and getting his perspective, as well as the perspective of multiple other Indian Americans that were on that show. Some that have gained quite a bit of prominence in the United States over the last few years. But yeah, my book basically is a rebuttal to that whole documentary. I'm really excited about it coming out because I really think it'll open up a lot of discussions related to race relations, offensive stereotypes, which has been a big deal lately, with the whole, the past history of blackface, kids dressing up in Halloween costumes, depicting various races, and things like that. So I offer my own perspective on a lot of things. One thing I really did want to discuss in that documentary, and I also talk about this in my book, so kind of a little bit of a teaser here, is the idea of blackface. And I won't get too much into blackface, but it was basically used in the past, in the historical past, when instead of using black actors, whether it was movies or theatrical plays, they would use white actors and just paint their faces black and kind of portray themselves of what they believed a black person would act like. It helped to develop a lot of the stereotypes that we have now. I personally am not a fan of blackface in those particular scenarios. I don't have a problem with people dressing up as other races for things like Halloween. For example, if I had a white friend that was a Will Smith fan and he wanted to go as him as Halloween, I wouldn't have a problem with him, painting his face black in order to look like Will Smith. Some people might, and that's a discussion we can have. In other situations, blackface would certainly be a lot more offensive. The reason I'm bringing all this up is because Hari mentions in this book, and he basically compares, or sorry, not in this book, in his documentary, and he basically compares the use of blackface as the same as a white actor doing the voiceover for a minority character. In this case, Hank Azaria, who is a white actor, actually plays the voice of Apu, who is the Indian American character on The Simpsons. And Hari basically points to that and calls it the same as blackface. And I kind of had a problem with that because I just don't see it on the same level of offensiveness, especially when it's not done in an offensive manner, which I don't believe that Apu was. And I also just wonder how far that we would take that, because a lot of minority characters on TV, in cartoons, often are not done by the race that the character is depicting. For example, Aladdin. Aladdin is obviously a Middle Eastern character, and a very beloved cartoon character. I know I loved him back in the 90s, we all did, but he is not portrayed by another Middle Eastern actor. He's actually, his voiceover is also done by a white guy, which I don't find to be offensive. If people actually thought about that, maybe they would start finding that offensive. I don't know if anybody has brought that to anybody's attention. I hope I didn't give anybody any ideas, but that's just one of the things I was thinking about when he brought that up, whether a basically a non-minority character who is portraying a minority character in a cartoon series is offensive. I don't find it to be, but again, let me know your thoughts about the whole situation. I found that to be a very, very interesting point that he brought up. I disagreed with it, but I still thought it's a very interesting point. Anyways, the book should be out hopefully in a couple weeks. I'll make another video introducing it when it is officially out in print, and also it will be available in ebook and Kindle forms, all of that. So I'm really excited about it. The name of the book will be I Love You, Apu, and it is a rebuttal to the ideas that are stated in the documentary The Problem with Apu, which was done by Hari Kondabolu. Again, a nice documentary. I recommend watching it. I believe I found it on True TV, so definitely look it up. The Problem with Apu with Hari Kondabolu. And also look out for my book, I Love You, Apu, which hopefully will be out in a couple weeks. It will be available on Amazon and also directly through my website at ankitshukla.org. That's ANKITSHUKLA.org. I'll put the website address in the description. I've forgotten to do that in my past videos, but I'll make sure to do it in this one. Again, I Love You, Apu. Definitely check it out. And let me hear your thoughts about this video. I definitely want to have an open discussion. One day I'm just going to once my book is available, I'm going to run through the ideas of it on a video and kind of give you guys little teasers of what it's about, so hopefully you'll enjoy it. Again, let me know your thoughts. Please comment below. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thanks, guys, and have a great evening.